Hi guys, in my previous video, we have introduced the Python crash course for beginners and you want to quick brush up, this course is helpful. And in the previous video, we are discussing about the what is meant by the programming languages and why Python. Why Python we are choosing the programming languages and we are created the variables and we are created the data types and we are created the operators and we are practicing the both of them in the Jupyter notebook. And in this video, we are discussing about the Python arrays. In Python, there is no inbuilt function as arrays. In Python, they are called as a list. And in the list are called in the list are used to store the multiple items in a single variable. Okay, it is also a data type and it is also a container. It is also a sugar box. Okay, in the previous video I can speak about the sugar box. In what is meant by sugar box, and let's recollect it. Okay, in my home there is a kitchen and in the kitchen my mom stores a container and in the container she stores the sugar. So that's a container. The sugar bottle is a container and inside there is a value, there is a sugar and that is a value, that is a data. Okay, that is the actual data in the container. And here it is the same, also a container, it is also a same container, but here there are multiple values and that is a similar kind of multiple values stored in the container. It's like in Tamil they can say Anjare Putti. Okay, that you can show similar data types in a, like multiple values. Okay, that's mean the list are used to store multiple items in a single variable, right? Multiple items stored in a single variable. Okay, in list there are 4 built-in data types in Python. Okay, it's not in other languages. In Python only there comes a list. Okay, and in the Python there is 4 built-in data types and used to store the collection of data. Okay, the other 3 are tuple, set and dictionary. Let's discuss about the tuple and set dictionary in the next section and all with the different qualities and usages. We discuss about the list. Lists are created using the square brackets, right? Say I am selling the sugar, it's a sugar container. I am speaking my own are stucking in so sorry about guys, let's discuss about later. Okay, fine. And lists are created using a sugar brackets. Okay, how to create the list? We have created the list by using the sugar brackets. Okay, fine. Okay, for sorry. Okay, fine. How to create the list? Okay, and first I'm going to initialize the list and give the name as my list. Okay, it's a container name. I mean sugar box. Okay, inside it I want to show the sugar. So what's mean by sugar, right? And sugar I am showing that first I am going to show sugar. Okay, and I'm going to show it's when I enter when we want to store the string, we want to enter the double quotes. So salt and pepper. You see good bad ugly movie, there comes sweet pepper, salt pepper, that's comes right. Okay, fine. And when I created the list, I want to print my list. Okay, it's in Python it's very easy to in the list like container similar to enough. Okay, it's sugar, salt and pepper. Okay, that's come this in this list they are creating the apple, banana and cherry. So we want to print the list items. Okay, first we want to discuss the what is meant by the items. I'm speaking about the items in the apple, banana and cherry. Okay, what's meant by items, Kishore? Tell me simply and with the example. Okay guys, I am trying to explain as quick as possible in a simple manner. Okay, list items are ordered, changeable and allow duplicate values. It's an important point in the list that cannot allows in the tuple. In tuple it does not allow the duplicate values and it's unordered also. In I am right, in tuple it does not allow, duplicate and it is unordered also. Unordered also, right? So there comes the list and we can change the list also, but it does not, it is immutable and we can say changeable is also a mutable. So I'm right for your understanding purpose. List are ordered and it's immutable and allow duplicate values. in tuple, sorry, in tube not, it's tuple. In tuple it does not allow the duplicate values, and it's also immutable, right? Immutable means we cannot change the values, and when we immutable, okay, fine, we cannot change the values in the list, okay, sorry, in the tuple. Okay, so okay, fine. You told about the items, and we want to how to pick the items from the list. So if I want to print the apple in the this list, so what can I do, Kishore? So okay guys, I am trying to explain. Okay, first I'm trying to explain the same list, my list. Here I'm going to enter 1 2 comma 3 comma 4. We can store, start with the square brackets, 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4 comma 5. Okay, fine. And we want to access the, so okay Kishore, I want the first element in the list. Okay, that's simple, right? In the Python it comes a inbuilt function using called the indexing. In indexing we can first print the container name. The container name is my underscore list, and we want to open the square bracket, and inside the square bracket we want to access the first element. So we want to give the 0. It's when the index are started from the 0 1 2 3 and n minus 1. Okay, so if we want to access the element, so we are giving the 0 as a index number, and we want to close the parentheses. Okay, what will happen? Let's see guys, in the first elements are coming, right? If you want to access the last element in the list, okay, that's simple, right? In the Python. Okay, let's display with print. If you want to access the last element in the list, you want to, it's a reverse, it comes a reverse indexing, and you want to give the -1. It's the reverse indexing. Okay, let's try to execute the fine. Okay, fine. You see the last elements are coming. Okay, if the Python allows the reverse indexing, and the reverse indexing, the start value is the -1, and second value is the -2 and -3, and go and so on. So the first, if you want to access the first element, it starts from the 0, and if you want to access the last element, it starts from the -1. If you want to access the second element in the list, okay, second element, that means 0 1 2 2. If you want to access the elements, just print 1. Okay, it's let's take it as a formula, right? See, the answer is coming. Let's take it as a formula. If you want to access the, okay, see, let's take a notepad. I'm trying to execute, write it by, if you want to, if you want to access the, if you want to access the element in the list, you use the indexing, right? You use indexing. That comes a formula. Which element, here comes the which element, n is equal to what element you want to, what element you want. Okay, that comes the n. So that comes the formula is equal to n minus 1. Formula is equal to n minus 1. If you want to access the first element, access the first element, access the first element, you want to, first element 1 minus 1, it comes, it comes 0. That comes index value. Okay, are you able to understand? I'm giving the index as a formula, so it's in the n minus 1. If you give the n minus 1, what we want to access the element, that comes a n. And if you want to access the second element, so 2 minus 1 is n, the index number is 1. So you want to put the print of my list, you want to give the name of the container, and in name of the container I want the 1 minus 1 0 0th element. So 0 is the index number, then we want to print it, right? And see, and let's discuss about the inbuilt function in the list. Okay, fine. If you want to order the Python as a order, the list is order, I told in the above content. When we see the list or order, it makes the defined order. Okay, and that the order will not change. Okay, if you want to add the new element in the list, this element will be placed at the end of the list. Okay, let's discuss about the append function and extend function. Okay, in the functions I am writing my is equal to 1 2 3 4 5 6. Okay, okay, I want to, you said Kishore, the Python list is ordered. If you want to add the 7, where the list can be stored the element. Okay guys, when I want to add the element, print my dot append of, append, wait, I will, my dot append of 7. Okay, let's close the parenthesis. See what will happen. It's printing none. Why my dot append of? Okay, fine. Wait a minute. I will try to correct the error. What happened? Right, list dot append of I. Right, list dot append of 1. Right, let's give it 1. It's print none. Why I am trying to exit? I made by a mistake by myself. Let me open the Jupyter notebook. Right, in the Jupyter notebook it always appended the errors. If you want to print, if you want, I want to, it has a variable called n is equal to, if I print the n, print of n, see what's happening in the list. It shows again the none. Why it shows again the none? It's right. Let's see in the list append function. See, the fruits is declared as the variable, and apple, banana, cherry, yeah, declared as a list. Okay, in the fruits we want to append the orange. Okay, when we try to copy this and we execute this in the Jupyter notebook, why it's not working? Right, if you want to print, let's print fruits, right? It's fruits, right? Sorry guys, my answer typo. Okay, I made a typo. See, it's added the orange at the end of the list. That comes the append function. If you want the element to add at the end of the list, that comes the append function. That's it. If you want to print the length, if you want to find the length of the list, there comes the inbuilt function print len of fruits. That's a simple function. There are many inbuilt functions. You want to go walk through the W3 schools. See, there are 4 elements in the, okay, in the my root function. See, there are 4 elements: 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, guys, are you able to understand, right? And that's all about the, it allows to duplicate the, it's changeable, right? I'm changed the list. So by appending function it allows the duplicate, right? We have to discuss this example. We are discussing about the, if you want to find the list length, I am discussing about the print the length of the list. We are discussing, right? And if you want to print the type of the list, so that's come, we are discussing about the previous video. If you want to print, identify the type of the, if you want to identify the type of the variable, so that's comes the type function. Okay, when I trying to execute this, it's a class list. List is a list is also a data type. It stores a group of values. Okay, that comes the list. Okay, fine. And now let's discuss into the another topic called the functions. Functions is a very interesting topic, and I like this topic very much. And these topics can be mostly used in the many. Okay, let's discuss about the function. Function is a block of code which one like runs in a, when it's called, which only runs when it is called. You can pass data known as a parameter into the function. Okay, let's discuss, let's omit the theory part. Let's discuss about what is meant by function. Okay, if you want to add these numbers, okay, so okay, let's discuss about practically. If you want to, I'm declaring the value as a is equal to 1, and I'm declaring the value as a is equal to 2. If you want to add a plus b, if you want to add the a plus b, we can using the add by using the plus operator. This when the number was changed, if I change the number is 2, and if I change the number is 3, when I, it's also it works. So we reuse the function, right? We reusing the same logic again and again. So we write the separate code for the function, and this is the function we are I called it as a what's up, I'm going to tell right now. It's a function, it's a set of block of code. It's in the code block, and I trying to call that the function name, then only it gets executed. Okay, are you able to understand? Let's create a function quickly in diff. If you want to kind the function diff, it's a function name is add, and I'm passing the argument as a and b. Arguments are nothing but the values which are passing into the function, which so that the function perform the operation in with the variables. If you want to return Return is nothing but the returning of the function. Returns means it's used in the assembly language as RET in microprocessor 8051. So let's, if you want to the microcontroller process theory classes, so please comment down. I will make the video separately for microprocessor. If you want to add this is a function, right? When I trying to execute this, nothing happens. The function has been stored. If I want the function to be called, print the function name of, I want to give the 1 comma 2 as a parameters, that means arguments. When I am giving the function, I'll close the parameters. It's wow, it adds up 3. It's like a user built-in function. We are creating a new function that we can use the repeat and repeat. See, the length is called a built-in function. The type is called as also a built-in function. Okay, the append is also a built-in function, but we want to create the user defined function, so we are creating the function. If you want to create a user defined, so I am having a certain logic and I want to reuse the same logic again and again, you go through the function. So let's discuss about the few more examples. Okay, fine. If you want to, if you want to write and if you want to multiply many more times, so I'm at multiply of a comma b, a comma b, sorry, a comma b, I'm giving the semicolon and I want to return it by a star b. I'm going to implement this function. It has been stored, and when I initialize the variable a, sorry, if you want to call the function print mul of, I'm passing the arguments as 1 comma 2 as arguments and close the parenthesis. When I'm trying to executing this, it gives a 2 as the answer. So the, it's a function, I'm trying to executing this as a function. It's a set of block of codes. I'm using the logic as again and again, so I'm writing a single function logic in a name called a function. So I'm keep it in the code block. When I call the function name, it gets started executing. So that's all about the video. So the function, if I call the function, it prints hello. Okay, so that's all about the video. And the arguments are nothing but the we are giving the parameters, right? We are giving the parameters as 1 comma 2. We should discuss about the video, and in the later videos we are discussing about the built-in models like pandas, numpy, matplotlib and seaborn, and we are discussing about this also the another models which are used in the data engineering, and many more devices are like skylern, spark, hadoop. Many more videos are coming soon, so subscribe to the Kishorelytics. If you find this video helpful, please make sure to share with your friends. So thank you guys.